Okay, guys. So, pleasant good night to everyone on the live. Yours truly, Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. So, we usually have our Monday evening live. I'm a bit late today. We usually start at 8:30, but I had a prior engagement with a Zoom meeting that I had to be on a while ago. So, as you know what they say, better late than never. So, this evening we're having our usually scheduled live, which is a live where we discuss hormonal imbalance in women. And I'm always excited to do this live simply because I know as a practitioner and the executive medical consultant at Batson and Associates for the past 15 odd years, you know how many women have serious issues associated with hormonal imbalance or hormonal disruption. Now, when we're talking about hormonal imbalance, what are we really speaking about? What are the consequences of hormonal imbalance? Is a painful menstrual cycle an indication of hormonal imbalance? Sparkle Liverpool is saying, when will you be talking about glaucoma in the eyes, which deal with sugar? I could always do that for you guys on Thursday, or in fact, depending on how the program goes tonight, I could touch a bit on glaucoma and diabetics and the relationship between diabetes and glaucoma. So I will do that for you. All right, I'll just note it here. And before I complete the program, I will do that. Okay. So, but primarily this program is on hormonal disruption in women. Now, it is an open forum, so I will take questions and answer questions as we go along, because at the end of the day, you want to know and you want to benefit from the live based on whatever your particular situation is. So let me just give you that introduction. So usually the discussion is one associated with hormonal disruption in women. So that particular issue, as I said before, if you have a painful menstrual cycle, is that an indication of hormonal imbalance? If you have hot flashes, does that mean that you are nearing menopause? What about menopause? How old do you have to be to go through menopause? A lot of people do not understand that menopause is not something that is general to everyone. Menopause is dependent on the amount of eggs or the egg reserve that a female has. So you have women who could go through menopause much earlier than other women. There are women who could go through menopause as early as 35. Then there are some women who, because of medical treatments, they would have gone through menopause or would have ended up with some sort of hormonal imbalance challenge. Like women, for example, who may have been diagnosed with cancer and who would have done things like chemotherapy or radiation. You find that because of those treatments, a lot of the time the menstrual cycle completely stops. So in a particular case like that, they would have gone through menopause as a result of the side effects of medication or a particular medical protocol that they would have done. Then you have women who surgically or as a result of surgery, primarily hysterectomies. What is a hysterectomy? A hysterectomy is the surgical removal of your uterus. That is a partial hysterectomy. And you have a total hysterectomy, which is the removal of your uterus as well as your ovaries. So it means that if a female does that, she would now go through menopause and she could actually have serious issues associated with hormonal disruption. So what are some of the symptomology associated with hormonal disruption? There are many. Problems with losing weight. If you have a lot of problems where you're losing weight around your midsection or getting problems losing weight there, you are exercising, you're always in the gym, you're doing your cardio, you're eating well, but for some reason you're not losing this fat here, this annoying fat that doesn't look good, the one between the navel and your lower abdomen there. That is a sign of hormonal imbalance in women. If you have problems associated with hot flashes, we know hot flashes is a clear indicator of issues associated with hormonal disruption. The thing a lot of women do not understand is that when you have hormonal imbalance, the system in the body that is wrong or that has issues is primarily the endocrine system. What is the endocrine system? The endocrine system is the system that contains or consists of your glands. So thyroid, parathyroid, pituitary, adrenals. So if you have a hormonal imbalance issue, it means now that you have an issue associated with an endocrine problem. Now, yesterday when I was doing the live, or usually there's an analogy that I always give. And the analogy that I give, I tell persons, you have to look at the stagnant water. Stagnant water would result in what? The propagation or the breeding of mosquitoes. Good? So the mosquito is a secondary response to a primary cause, and the primary cause is stagnant water. Good? So similarly, in that vein, when women have hormonal imbalance problems, so polycystic ovaries, fibroids, ovarian cysts, endometriosis, infertility, that is a clear-cut indication that you have hormonal imbalance. Let me say some greetings. Keep in mind, we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Ltd on Facebook. On TikTok, we are Batson and Associates. Let me say a pleasant good evening to Miss Listra, Miss Nicola Hurd, always a pleasure to have you. Miss Leslie Ann Purankowski, always a pleasure to have you. Mary Elizabeth, Rosemary Bishop, Miss Lesbon, I don't remember, from Tobago, I believe you're from. Dr. Jason Batson, good night, sir. Eye Optics did wonders for my husband and my eyes. Thank you. Okay, so that's a client. That's Susan. Eye Optics formula is an eye drop that we carry at Batson and Associates, which is primarily designed to, it's like an eye tonic. So what it does, it really cleans it. It helps to oxygenate the eyes themselves. And in doing that, it actually assists individuals in dealing with ocular problems. So if you have problems with, for example, cataracts, glaucoma, detached retina, which is bleeding behind the eyes. Someone on the TikTok asked a question a while ago about glaucoma. So let me just run in quickly there and discuss glaucoma. So what is glaucoma? Glaucoma is the medical term for high ocular pressure or increased pressure in your eyes. Okay? Primarily, you have two types of glaucoma. You have open angle glaucoma and you have closed angle glaucoma. So in Western medicine, when they treat glaucoma, they normally treat you with particular eye drops that most of the time would contain some sort of steroids. They contain beta blockers and those type of things that actually bring down the pressure in the eyes. Now, the challenge with that is that if you have glaucoma, which is high pressure in your eyes, it means you also have a circulation problem in your cerebral hemisphere. Now, a lot of persons do not tell you that. However, it is a clear indication that, remember, you do not see with your eyes alone, right? There's a whole complex number of things that take place, steps, in the central nervous system, in the brain, in order to allow you to see, right? So it means that if you have poor circulation in your brain, obviously your eyesight is going to be affected. What you all think? That making sense? If you do not have proper cerebrovascular circulation, cerebro is the brain, vascular is circulation. So if you do not have proper cerebrovascular circulation, then you're going to have problems with glaucoma. Can we deal with glaucoma? Yes, we can. Check out the Eye Optics formula. There's also a product we carry at Batson and Associates called anthocyanin complex. And anthocyanins are a category of substances that are found in certain types of bright colored fruits. So that anthocyanin complex is one of the things that we actually use for persons with their eyes. So people who have things like retinosis pigmentosa, which is a eye problem that eventually blinds you, where the cones of the eyes get damaged. Then you have something known as macular degeneration. The macula is a part of your eyes that play a significant role in eyesight. So if you end up with what is known as macular degeneration, then your eyesight is affected. Floaters as well. So all those eye conditions, in order for you to be helped, you have to also address circulation, especially in the cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so I hope I was actually able to answer your question there as regards to that. And you could, of course, give us a call or visit, again, those telephone numbers and locations. What you could also do, you could inbox us your messages as regards to if you need particular assistance, you want particular types of help, please inbox us so that we'll be able to get on to you subsequently. And of course, we know sometimes if we call, maybe you at work or whatever the case may be, you could just always let us know an appropriate time to call you back and we will make the necessary. We always try our best to render assistance, so try your best to help us to help you. Good? Very important. Keep in mind, as I said before, we are on our social media platforms. We are live on Facebook. On Facebook, we are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On TikTok, we are Batson and Associates. Okay, someone is asking a question on our Facebook here, Susan5780. She says, Dr. Batson, what do you recommend for circulation? Great question. There are a number of products that we carry at Batson and Associates for circulation. There's a product we use called Circulation Regeneration Tea, one of my personal favorites. And that Circulation Regeneration Tea is a tea that was specifically designed for persons, especially with hypertension and poor circulation. We have balanced circulation, which is a capsule. We normally recommend that you take that. If your circulation really bad, we recommend that you take 1 capsule after each meal. So that's going to be 3 capsules for the day. And you do it like that for like about 2-3 bottles, and you're going to start to see improvement. That is going to help with pulmonary circulation, which is circulation above your heart. It will also help with systemic circulation, which is circulation below the heart. And it will also help with pulmonary circulation, which is circulation, not pulmonary circulation, sorry, but peripheral circulation, which is circulation in the extremities. One of the main issues that diabetics have, because if you are diabetic and you have your chances or your likelihood of developing glaucoma is significantly increased as a result of the high oxidative stress as well as the high chronic inflammation that you now have in your body as a result of being a diabetic. But remember the analogy. We are not dealing with the mosquitoes. We are dealing with the stagnant water. What are you eating and drinking on a daily basis as a diabetic? Could you answer that question honestly? And are you pleased with what you're doing? Answer that question. So when I tell persons as regards to circulation, you could also check out Santulan. Santulan is a 7-channel detox that cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. I'll repeat it. Santulan, spelled S-A-N-T-U-L-A-N, is a 7-channel detox that cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Those are the 7 avenues that the human body uses to get rid of waste. Your integumentary system is your skin. You lose a lot of toxins from what? Sweating. Your liver is a major organ of detoxification. But your liver has a lot of functions. Your liver has over 500 different functions. Your liver is a metabolic organ. Your liver is a central nervous system organ because the liver converts protein to amino acids and amino acids to protein. Your brain uses amino acids to produce what? Neurotransmitters, epinephrine, norepinephrine, serotonin, melatonin, and others. So it means the liver covers a wide cross-section of different parts of the body. So when you have a liver problem, you're in real issues. So check out that Santulan, that 7-channel detox. The telephone numbers that we have there, as I said, you could inbox us and get the information. Santulan is not $1 million. I do not call price when I'm doing my programs. So you inbox for the price and the information, and you will in fact get that. Now, the thing is, when you're looking at the anatomy and physiology of the human body, you have 11 organ systems in the body. You have your cardiovascular system, musculoskeletal system, that's your bones, tendons, ligaments. You have your integumentary system, which is your skin and its appendages, so fingernails, your skin, your hair, that type of thing. You also have what is known as your central nervous system. Now, your central nervous system is a system, and this is something I mentioned recently. Let me say a pleasant good evening to Miss Farida Singh. Hi, like to know about fibrocystic, in terms of what, as regards to fibrocystic? Just clarify for me a little bit there. Give me some more information, because there are a number of things that could actually is within that reference. So you have fibrocystic breast, you have fibrocystic. There are a number of things. So give me some more clarification as regards to that, Ms. Singh. Okay. Now, someone is asking how to use the Santulan. Now, the thing is, just let me know if you guys are hearing me still on TikTok. Santulan is a very easy product to use. So Santulan is a 7-channel detox, as I said. It cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So as it relates to the use, it is basically tea bags that you would now steep. 3 tea bags actually going to give you 1 gallon of tea. Now, what is 1 gallon? 1 gallon is 4 liters. So what you will do is that you actually steep the tea in like about 2 glasses of water. You steep the tea for 8 hours. 8 hours, so you can leave it overnight. And after that, you take the tea and you throw it into your 4-liter bottle, and you fill it up with water, and you keep it in your refrigerator. And what you do, we usually recommend that you would drink anything between 8 ounces to 16 ounces for the day. Now, I'll have to repeat a bit, because I know we lost connectivity with our TikTok a while ago. My apologies for that. We just had a little technical difficulty. So as regards to Santulan, let me just clarify. Someone was asking, how do you use Santulan? And Santulan, as I said, is a 7-channel detox. It is a tea that gives you 4 liters of tea, which is the equivalent of a gallon. That 4 liters of tea, you would actually steep. Yeah, you get a gallon. Somebody's saying that's really good. Yeah, and why I like Santulan and why Santulan has become so popular is because it is liquid. It is a liquid cleanse. You don't have to take any sort of tablets. You don't have to take any sort of powders. It is simple. It goes down, as the old people say, down the gullet. So in doing that, you actually have now the ability to get a proper cleanse and detoxification. As I was saying with your liver, yes, we do have Santulan in stock. Santulan is available at all of our locations. You can give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. Okay? 314-9975, as well as 222-8261. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. Okay, so again, a pleasant good evening to Ms. Farida Singh. So she clarified fibrocystic breast. Okay, good. So fibrocystic breast is a condition where, okay, so the female breast has a lot of ducts and a lot of glands, and let me put it like this, for simple analogy. So the female breast has a lot of pipelines in it, or vessels. Now, under your arms, you have lymph nodes, right? This is why when women usually are diagnosed with cancer, they remove breast cancer, they usually remove the lymph nodes. I am in total disagreement with that, and I'm within my rights, because from my medical experience, and my opinion, I don't understand why they do that. I find it is one of the worst things, because if you understand what your lymphatic system does, remember the lymphatic system is the system that is responsible not only for dealing with immunity, but it is also the system responsible for cleansing and detoxifying your circulatory system, which is your blood. So women who end up with fibristic breast, it means the circulation in your breast is not as it's supposed to. So what you have to do in that situation now, you now have to take things from a natural perspective to actually clean those ducts in the breast. If you go up on YouTube, you go up on Google or any way on the internet there, you type in images and you look at female breasts, you're going to see what I'm talking about. You have a lot of ducts. So women who end up with fibrocystic breasts is because those ducts are blocked. Now, a lot of the times when you go to the doctor and the doctor do, whether they do a breast ultrasound or they do a mammogram, the doctor is going to tell you that they observe either fibrostic, some sort of fibrosis or fibrostic cysts or lump in the breast, but it is benign, which means it is not cancerous. So that's an easy problem to fix. It means that the lymphatic system needs some cleansing. It means also as well, Ms. Singh, that you need to look at your, well, providing that you're asking the question for you, my apologies, because I know people ask questions for other individuals. But it is a clear indication that you need to really look at your intake. One of the things I could tell you off the top of my head here, vitamin E is a very good thing to use for that, where you increase your vitamin E. Vitamin E fall in the category of what is known as tocopherols, and they play a significant role in assisting in that regard. But you're also going to have to look at some sort of cleansing and detoxifying. Especially, you're also going to have to pay attention to the roll-ons that you use. I always tell persons that roll-ons, you need to be very careful, especially the ones that have, it is aluminum oxide, that they put inside of those. It can cause problems. Yesterday evening, I was speaking to someone, and one of the things I also highlighted to them as well is that women, if you have amalgams in your mouth, the black fillings, you need to be very careful. If you have a dentist, you can go and take those things out, take them out of your mouth. They are going to cause problem. Root canals as well. Do not do root canals unless they are necessary. It's better to take out that teeth. I'm telling you. Because you have to understand root canals, because if you look at the chemicals that dentists deal with, dentists usually have a lot of problems, And the reason for that is that dentists, in their profession, they deal with a lot of dangerous chemicals. Mercury, amalgams have what in them? Well, the older ones, now we have the white fillings. Good? But there are a lot of persons who have those black or those dark color fillings in their mouth. And the studies have shown significantly a lot of problems that has happened with individuals with that. Okay? So, Ms. Singh, I hope I was able to answer your question there. Look at your water intake as well. The rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. You could also check out that Santulan, that 7-channel detox that cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Ms. Leslie Ann Purenkowski, she says, Santulan is the best cleanse and detox I have ever used. I absolutely love this product. Thank you for that. And that is, what is resonated by a lot of individuals. You're welcome, Ms. Singh. Chin Chin says, Doc, what causes lightheadedness and sensations in the head? I recently have floaters in my left eye. So let me answer Chin Chin here. Keep in mind, we are live on our social media platforms, 2 of them tonight. We are live on, we are also live on YouTube, but I do not have a device or a current device with me because I'm maneuvering through 2 phones here to actually look at YouTube. So what I'm going to do when I start to do my lives, I'm going to make some alterations and kind of switch lives to try and give everyone an opportunity to ask their questions. Good. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. Let me answer that question for Chin Chin. So when you have lightheadedness or you're getting sensations in your head, so for example, if you're getting headaches, pain, dizziness, one of the things you need to pay very, very close attention to is you have to look at the circulation to the brain. Sorry? Okay. Oh, with this. Oh, good. All right, very good. All right, so I just got some information from the technical department there. Right, so I'm understanding that there are actually comments coming up from YouTube as well. So I'm now understanding. So Susan, for example, she says, Santulan, how much does a person have to use? Okay, so let me answer Chin Chin's question. So as I was saying, whenever you have problems, remember circulation in the body. People believe that circulation in the human body does just go like this. That's not the case. You have pulmonary circulation, which is circulation above your heart. You could go and research it. So you would realize that pulmonary circulation, what the heart does, it pumps blood up in the cerebrovascular cavity and like that. But it also pumps blood in the lower aspects, and that is known as systemic circulation. Now, overall circulation in the body, in the tips of the fingers and your toes, are known as peripheral circulation or circulation in the extremities. So it's very important when you're looking at circulation or you're looking at lightheadedness, it is usually an indication that you are not getting sufficient blood flow to the cerebrovascular part of your body. So we're talking about up here. Every single individual who has a problem with their eyes, where they have detached retinotis pigmentosa, which is it has some genetic predisposition, but I know people with retinotis pigmentosa, if they get help in the earlies and they really give the body the nutrition that it wants, they really fix the gastrointestinal system. Because you see, one of the challenges that a lot of people have is that we do not, or you do not digest food. Do you know how many persons eat well? You're eating your salmon, you're eating your quinoa, you're eating your grilled chicken or whatever the case may be. You have things like your chickpeas, you're using your legumes, you're using your vegetables, but you're still sick. Listen to me. Albert Einstein once said, the only people who do the same thing over and over, expecting a different results, is what kind of people? Mad people. So it means that something is wrong somewhere. Why do you have diabetes for 10 years? Why are you hypertensive for 15 years? Why have you been hypertensive for 15 years and then after hypertension, you get diabetes for 5 years? So that's 20 years. And then after that, you get high cholesterol, and then after that, you get a stroke and you're in a wheelchair. That didn't make any sense. If you were doing the correct things, why is it that you ended up in the situation that you ended up in? Ask yourself that question. I'm one of the most logical thinking individuals that I know. I do run with what everybody say. I was never one of those persons. That's why I chose to do integrative medicine as opposed to doing Western medicine. And I have no problem with Western practitioners. They are needed, they are necessary. But you have to understand that the human body has specific rules and regulations attached to it. There is a rule for hydration. There are stupid, and I'm going to say it without apologies, there are stupid people out there who tell you they don't like how water this tastes. Okay, fine, they don't like how water this tastes. But if you might, let me give you an analogy. So if you take care of plants, right? A lot of people have plants. Since COVID, everybody minding plants now. Or you have a little kitchen garden with your tomato and your sweet pepper and all kind of thing. And you decide for 1 week you're not feeling to wet the plants. What's going to happen to them? They're going to die. So you can't do things based on your feeling. So because you don't feel to drink water and you don't like how water this tastes, or you don't feel to wet the plants, or you don't feel to go out in the yard, yeah, gardener to go and wet your plants, you're going to wet it for yourself. If you do not do that over a period of time, what is going to happen? They are going to die. So the same thing applies to you. When you're talking foolishness, but you don't like how water this tastes, and you're working in air condition, and because I'm working in air condition, which we know air condition fools the body, but you have to make a concerted effort to take your bottle. You all notice for this live, you notice the size of cup I have here? Yeah, because one, when I'm talking, I don't want to start cough down the place and choke here, and I don't have any water to drink. And two, I need to have my water while I am speaking to you. So I know by the time I finish this live, this cup of water or this glass of water is going to be finished. So the thing is, you have to make a concerted effort, take it, put it on your desk. Because let me tell you something. Most people who get strokes, check the history, dehydration, glaucoma, dehydration, fibrostic breast, dehydration, hypertension, dehydration, The greatest requirement of the human body is what? My challenge your mentals tonight. Tell me, what is the greatest requirement of the human body? Tell me. All you know? Okay, let me give you an example. Block your nose and block your mouth and see how long you last. The greatest and most important requirement, if the body is devoid of it for a period of time, is what? Oxygen. We inhale what? Oxygen, and we breathe out what? Carbon dioxide. Basic biology, basic chemistry. So it means that if that is in fact the case, oxygen is the most important requirement. That is number one. You cannot last long without oxygen. But what is the next requirement after oxygen? You all tell me. You could go days, weeks, in fact, without food. But the second most important requirement for the human body is water. Don't let nobody fool you. Stop fooling yourself. Coffee is not water. Soft drink most certainly is not water. Juice is not water. Coconut water is exceptionally good to drink, but it cannot replace regular water. Don't let nobody fool you and talk that nonsense. Because there's something in the body known as electrolytes. There are certain minerals that work in tandem with each other. Calcium, magnesium, phosphorus. No, calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium. Apart from the other minerals. Electrolytes imbalance. There is something in the body known as intracellular fluid, and there's something known as extracellular fluid. So intracellular is what? Inside the cells, and extracellular is where? Outside of the cells. Watermelon you could use, but you can't use watermelon to replace water. Don't let nobody fool you with that. I have seen, let me tell you something. I agree to disagree, and I always tell people medicine, like a lot of fields, is an opinionated field. There are a lot of doctors who would have disagreements and argue and whatever the case may be, but there are facts. And one of the facts of the human body is that 70% of the human body comprises water. Your skin, your hair, your fingernails. People who get headaches, the majority of people who have problems with headaches is because you do not drink sufficient water. So stop your nonsense with this foolishness that you're talking. I don't like how water this tastes. Continue that nonsense and see where the hospital will pick you. Half of them people inside of the hospital, they're because they do not drink water. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. I remember meeting someone, the lady tell me, hear what she told me, you know. She said a doctor told her, I don't know who doctor she went to, told her that you could make up your water with other things, like soft drink and juice and whatever. Are you out of your mind? You're going off, you hit your head somewhere? That is madness. That is insanity. You cannot do that. And stop saying, now we know it have a situation with transit in Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm not telling you to when you're going home in your car, you sit down and drink a whole set of water, and it's because you had to be running like a mad person by the side of the road to urinate, for police to hold you, especially if it's a female. You can't do that. But what you have to do, you have to make a concerted effort to take care of yourself. So you need to make the extra time and do what it needs to do for your home on the weekend, a Saturday and Sunday. Make up with your water intake. When you go to work, you know the time you're leaving work, so you drink water up to a certain point. You must know your bladder. You must know when it is one to urinate and that kind of thing. So you know if you're going to leave Port of Spain, for example, by 4 o'clock, you finish drink water by about 2 or maybe 1. You have to know yourself. So you make sure you know you empty your bladder because you have a long drive from here to south or whatever the case may be. It's quite unfortunate that we live in a third world country where they don't understand that they should have proper washrooms all about the place. You're supposed to be able to go and relieve yourself properly in a proper washroom, some sort of contribution, whether it's at $20 or $30 or something like that, to utilize a proper washroom. But we don't have that. So at the end of the day, you still have to survive within that. Because if you're in North America and that kind of thing and certain countries, you do have that problem. Good? But this is Trinidad and Tobago. So we have to work with what we have. So at the end of the day, you have to be sensible enough to say, hey, I am making sure based on my body weight. There is a rule for drinking water. I always tell persons that your body weight divided by 2 in ounces is the general consensus. General. I'm actually doing some more research on that. Look at different studies they did and that type of thing. So you have to drink your water. Stop the foolishness. What you can do, you can infuse your water a little bit. You put a little grapes in the water if you want. You put a little bit of watermelon in some water. You could put a little piece of pineapple, something. But do something to start to drink water. When we do live nutritional blood cell analysis at Batson and Associates, let me tell you something. People don't die just so, don't let them fool you with that. I do this for 15 years. And some people might think 15 years is a little bit of time. But when you deal with the amount of people and the amount of cases that I have dealt with, and watch me, I rarely deal with cases. People just send files to me. I just work with people all over the world. Sometimes I get document big so. You do not get sick just like that. You have to take care of yourself. Why you think we have a lot of women now with polycystic ovaries, fibroids, ovarian cysts, endometriosis, infertility? We're not saying that infertility and those things didn't exist 50 years ago or 100 years ago, but it is much worse now. Where you have adolescents, we have little children now. I had a client who came to me. She had what is known as a Nabotian cyst. That's a particular type of cyst. And the cyst was so large that what the doctors had recommended for a 16-year-old is a radical hysterectomy. That is madness. If that is my child, you cannot cut my child. I don't care what we have to do. And we put that young lady on a protocol. We changed the diet. The diet was horrendous. It was nasty. She used to eat everything in sight, like most people. Not everything they call food you must put in your mouth. I fed up tell all of that. Not everything they call food you must put in your mouth. You need to exercise some sort of discretion. You must. Is everything you see you want to eat? And some people are so ridiculous. You eat is rum, is cigarette, is bad food. And the thing about it, you even say you go do a little exercise. You ain't drinking water. So when you get a stroke, you feel you get a stroke just so. Healthy people do not get strokes. Healthy people do not have diabetes. Healthy people do not have hypertension. Healthy people do not have fatty liver. That's the next thing. We have everybody come by us now have fatty liver. It's ridiculous. And let me tell you something. Fatty liver is 2 steps away from cirrhosis of the liver. And if you do research and you check what cirrhosis of the liver is, you will understand what I am saying to you. So that Santulan, that 7-channel detox, it is not $1 million. Inbox us for your price, your information, and we have Santulan available at all of our locations. You have Red Edge Mall in St. James. You have first floor Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. You have the corner of Ramsamouth Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. And you also have Tobago, which is the Triangle building in Scarborough, Tobago. So any one of those locations, and the telephone numbers are there. You can give us a call. You can WhatsApp us on 314-9975. Or you can inbox us here and we'll provide the necessary information for you guys. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. A pleasant good evening to Miss Elizabeth Nandlal. Always a pleasure to have you on. Ron Roy Francis says air condition attributes to dehydration as well. Yes, it does. But one of the things air condition does, the temperature, it interferes with the hypothalamus. Well, it doesn't interfere with the hypothalamus because remember, that is the part of one of the aspects of the body that actually addresses thirst. When you are thirsty, thirst is a 30-minute delayed reaction, So if you're thirsty 3 o'clock, you was thirsty since 2:30. That message takes 30 minutes to reach. So you done properly well dehydrated. You like a desert ambulance coming for you already. And there are people who only drink water when they are thirsty. Don't do yourself that. Miss Shireen Jack, a pleasant good night to you. Just Aladdin, pleasant good night. Chin Chin. So the floaters in the eye as well, in the left eye, and the lightheadedness and the sensations. Let me go there because I went on a thing and I didn't finish answer that question. It means you're not getting sufficient blood flow to the cerebral hemisphere. Sleep. What you could check out the balanced circulation. You could check out the circulation regeneration tea. You can also check out Santulan, which is a 7-channel detox. It cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. The human body is a wonderful gift. I always tell people that. It's like you have a child and I buy a nice toy for you, or your child turn 18 years and you buy a car for them and they just take it and ram it in a wall. You'll feel good and drive it, and you know how they mash it up, they don't take care of it. No, you wouldn't. And that is what a lot of people are doing to their bodies. Ladies, this is the hormonal imbalance program that we normally do, but I answer in questions as questions go. Your breasts, ladies, take care of your breasts. We have too many women dying from breast cancer. You do not get cancer just like that. Cleansing and detoxifying is one of the most important. There was a doctor who did a study. I cannot remember the name of the doctor or the study on the top of my head, but I have it somewhere there in my library. And one of the things that that doctor highlighted, he dealt with children who had attention deficit hyperintensity disorder. And one of the things that he recognized in his research is that a lot of children who are termed ADHD, dyslexic, and all those other issues, look at their gut. Gut health is very important. Your gut is your second brain. And at Batson and Associates, we carry a number of different products and protocols for the gut. That is one of the reasons why we have the reputation that we have. If you are diabetic, you need to deal with your gut. But how are you doing it? That's the question. Because these regular nutritionists they have, and those Western doctors can't help you do nothing with the gut. If you go and ask them, they're telling you all kind of foolishness. Don't take this, don't take that. But that is not the area of specialization. It's like going to a barber to ask him how to bake a cake. They need to stay out of that realm because it does not concern you. You know nothing about it. ZZ1 is saying, can children take Santulan? Yes, they can. It depends on the age of the child. We just adjust the amount of liquid that you use. You could dilute it. So you have children, a child, for example, could use a 4-ounce glass. Let's say so a child at the age of, let's say anywhere between 4 to 10, you're looking at anywhere between maybe about 4 ounces to about 6 ounces. But you'll have to let us know that so that we could guide you accordingly. Because the thing with Santulan, as much as it is an excellent product, it is a product that we usually sell a particular type of water with. And that wasn't to try and make money off of anybody's head. But it was, because when we do things properly. It must be done in such a way that it gives you the ability to detoxify. We don't want you to end up with healing crisis. You all know what healing crisis is? Healing crisis is when toxins try to leave your body faster than you want to. You want it to leave. So imagine you're in a stadium, in one of those places, not stadium like Trinidad, like we say in one of those stadiums in the United States or Europe that could hold 100,000, 200,000 people. Imagine you're in a stadium like that and everybody trying to go through a normal size door. That's all kind of thing. That's trample, that's stampede, that's all kind of madness. That is what healing crisis is. Healing crisis is when toxins try to leave your body faster than your body can accommodate it. If you do not hydrate properly before you take a cleanse, you're going to be in a lot of problems. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you that. That is why Santulan, you hear the comments people make? These are people who come on the live all the time. If I was doing stripping, there's plenty of people could have light me up or say all kind of thing. I don't make joke with that. So it is usually recommended to use the Santulan, that 7-channel detox that cleans and detoxify kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs together with the alkagen water. If you are a person who do not drink water, you know yourself, you have very messy skin, so you have loathing, you have a lot of blotches, you have problems with dandruff, you have problems with eczema, psoriasis. Everyone who has a skin condition, eczema, psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, and all the fancy names, that's not what you have now. Your inside is toxic. Your integumentary system, which is your skin, your skin, and your appendages, this is the largest organ of the human body. The surface area to volume ratio of your skin is without comparison to any other part of the human body, with maybe possibly the exception of your cardiovascular system. Because if you were to take all the blood vessels in the human body and attach them together, so if you were to take your arteries, your veins, your capillaries, and you attach them together, they will actually make the circumference of the earth 2.5 times, which is 66,000 miles. So that is quite extensive as well. But when you look at your dermis and your epidermis in terms of the surface area, I can't remember off the top of my head, it is a great surface area. So when the body is in crisis, the body is going to send things out on your skin. It's going to send things out in your scalp. When you have dandruff, that is not a scalp problem. People who have alopecia, which is an inflammatory condition of the scalp, your hair follicles and them dying. There are no food inside of it. They're suffocating. And your head going bald. Again, I'm not attempting to be facetious, condescending, or disrespectful in any way, but I am stating facts. If you have alopecia, it is if you have male pattern baldness, it means you are devoid of proper nutrients. You dying inside already. You can't be 50. I see people 25 years and your whole head bald already. What's going on with you? What are you not doing? That's the question. Because remember, the key function of the human body is to do what? Maintain homeostasis. What is homeostasis? Homeostasis is balance. It is balance. Okay, so someone is asking a question as regards to, let me answer this question here. Jenny Stewart. So keep in mind again, we are live on our social media platforms. Kelly is saying, I'm a diabetic and always get a lancing headache. Now, if you're a diabetic, you have a lot of issues to deal with. I tell people diabetes is not something to play with. God forbid, when you have diabetes, mind your business, dot your I's and cross your T's. Because I'm telling you, if you do not do some sort of integrative protocol, if you do not include some sort of proper diet ethics, and you are a diabetic, you are a block of ice in the very hot sun waiting to melt. You're going to lose. You can imagine, you born into this world. You know what it is to have sight. You know what color is. And then you get blind because of diabetes. No, I'm not going through that. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Always remember that. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. When last did you take a proper detox? And listen to me, that's some of y'all, there's nyam, as the Jamaicans say, you nyam everything. So you know your little licorice and you're nyamming everything. You're nyamming beef, you're nyamming pork. You're eating goat, everything you eating. If human beings stand up long enough, you eat them. And you're not taking a detox. Your inside is a cemetery. It is a cemetery. It's only death inside of there. And I say that, again, not attempting to be facetious, condescending, or rude, but this is a fact. And you see, the thing is, when you come to me and you're sick, I don't butter up nothing for you, and I ain't going through that. I will tell you all that is wrong, but I'll tell you what you can do to fix it if you could fix it. That's why last night on the live I was saying, why is it that people just wait until they get cancer to drink soursop tea? That making sense? You wait until the bandit reach inside your house, inside the bedroom, in front of you, to what? To go and put in an alarm? Or to get a gun, or whatever it is you need to do to protect yourself? When you knew before that they was in the area? That don't make no sense. An ounce of prevention is always better than a pound of cure. Always. So someone is asking a question. Donry Francis Fontenelle. Question, Doctor, and it is Dr. Batson, B-A-T-S-O-N, not W. Okay, it's not Watson. Thank you. Is it wise to put a little bit of salt in your water? Yeah, that's actually a good thing to do. It's not something to do all the time, though, because you need to find balance. You see, that's what there are a lot of good things to do. You know? Like, as I said before, drinking coconut water is good, but people have a tendency to always overdo something. The old people have a saying, a little, any of too much of one thing is good for nothing. So yes, you can do it. The Celtic sea salt is a good thing to put in your water. It would help with a number of things in terms of minerals, because a lot of the water we have out there are the water devoid of minerals. It doesn't have calcium, it doesn't have magnesium. That's why alkagen water, that premium alkaline water that we carry at Batson and Associates, if you take that bottle and leave it outside in the sun, in about 3-4 days, you'll notice the inside of the water starts to look green. You know what that is? That's algae. Algae cannot produce or cannot replicate itself or propagate itself in dead water. It can only do so in living water. So in other words, do we have dead water? Yes, we do. Simply put. Good? Katian St. John asked the question, Dr. Batson, can you please repeat where I can get the Santulan to buy? Okay, so you can get the Santulan at any one of our locations. We are in Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. You can just walk inside and it's easy to find, Batson and Associates. We are also in Shogunas. Shogunas is the first floor of Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. That telephone number for Shogunas or any of the numbers, you could actually WhatsApp us on 314-9975. One pack of Santulan is not $1 million. In fact, if you purchase 3 bottles of Alkagen water and 1 pack of Santulan, you'll be thanking me on this live at some point in time. I guarantee you that. Once you follow the instruction properly. You know, Trinidadians have a way, we just throw away instruction and then after go and put together the TV and the stereo. We little special when we're ready, you know. As regards to the international clients, yes, you can get Santulan shipped to you. Just inbox us, message us, and we'll provide the necessary information. As I'm speaking now, we are assiduously working on our social media, our landing pages to do certain things, to dot our I's and cross our T's. We had a little challenge. That's life. Went through some serious ups and downs, and it's all over right now. But at the end of the day, you can't keep a good anything down, right? And the thing is, service to man is service to God. Batson and Associates has an exceptionally good reputation. And the reason we have such a reputation is because those senior consultants that we have there, they don't play. I, as the executive consultant, I don't play. I'm very respectful to people, but I'm a plain-spoken person because a lot of people take their health for granted. And I'm not going to watch a 25-year-old come to me with high blood pressure. Why at 25 years, your blood pressure is 200 and something over 1 something? And you drinking rum like a mad human being and expect to come what? And what? Play the fool by me? I give you a thing to take. I tell you what to do. You ain't do it. You go and drink more rum and come back and tell me the product can work. Nah, go and waste somebody else's time. Not my time. And go and waste your money by somebody else. Don't do it. Don't do that. We're not going through that. There was a program I did on hypertension. And one of the things I told them with the hypertension is that it have people dying. You don't play with high blood pressure. You're mad. You're mad. Hypertension is not your friend. If you are hypertensive, mind your business. There has to be a reason why you have elevated blood pressure. You healthy people do not have hypertension. And it annoys me when big people come to you and you don't know. You ask them what medication they're taking. A white tablet. Come on, man, what are you doing? You big and have sense and you don't even know what it is you're taking. I'm not telling you to go and study pharmacology, but you must have some sort of intelligence to understand and know, hey, I'm taking anifedapine, or I'm taking an enalpril, or I'm taking, which falls in the category, those are either calcium channel blockers or beta blockers. I can't remember off the top of my head. Right? Or you're taking a diuretic, which is a Bendro, the one with the long name, or a Lasix. You have to know the name of the medication you're taking. You need to keep proper records. That's the problem with a lot of people. Yes, we know you're busy, you have children, you have life, but God forbid if you fall long and dead, the same things that you're doing, somebody else is going to do it. So take time off and mind your business. Mind your business. You need to keep records of your numbers. There is something known as white coat syndrome. What is white coat syndrome? White coat syndrome is when you go to the doctor and you end up with elevated blood pressure because your subconscious mind is all over the place. Now, in your head, in your conscious mind, you think you're calm enough, but your subconscious mind is not calm. And when you do the blood pressure test, you read a high figure in the doctor's office. What is the doctor going to do? The doctor only has that information. So at the end of the day, he's going to tell you, hey, you're hypertensive, you know. Take some medication. But if you have a record of what you're testing on a daily basis, then it means that you are recording it. And when you go to the clinic, you could say, Doc, look, I tested my pressure for the last 2-3 months. and my pressure reading good. And the doctor will now say, based on the information they have provided, you meet a smart one, because some of them don't like to take you off a medication. Why, I don't know. Even though you're getting better, and they want you to take high blood pressure medication still for what? The pressure to go down, to kill you. But that's a next separate discussion. But the point I'm making is that when you do that now, the doctor could say, well, listen to me, Mr. A or Mrs. B, I'm seeing that you're recording your pressure for the past 3 months, and I'm seeing the average of your pressure is now like 125/85. So the doctor could now say, well, listen to me, we're going to reduce this, because that is for your safety. If you don't do that and you go and take 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 medication and go and sleep too, you're going and sleep. Listen to me, you're dead in your sleep, you know. People have done it before on countless occasions. So you can die in your sleep, especially if you are hypertensive and you're not minding your business. There are some people who are diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension. I am one of the first doctors in this country I ever hear talk about pulmonary hypertension. A lot of people don't even know about that. There are a lot of people who don't even know you have secondary and primary and secondary hypertension. So you have a lot of people walking around ignorant, and it doesn't pay to be ignorant. Not in this world that we live in here, with all this information. It does not pay to be ignorant. Why are you ignorant? Your ignorance will cost you your life. And as I said yesterday, when you get advice, a wise man once said, you eat the meat and you spit out the bones. You must have an open mind. There are some people out there, the mind is open at all. They believe that they could eat what they want, drink what they want, and when they get sick, take medication. Do you know, look for Christmas. Which time of the year does have the most people going in the hospital? The people with the high blood pressure and the diabetes. Which time? Christmas and Carnival. You know why? They're playing stupid. They're playing dotish. And eating and drinking things that you know you're not supposed to eat and drink, and then you want to go and lie down in the people's hospital. The hospital is not a hotel. If you want to go there, you're going to get salmon and quinoa and salad. It's bread they're giving you to constipate you. But you can't blame the hospital. We expect them to give you in there. That is not a hotel. The hospital is for emergency. You're pregnant and you're ready to make a child. That is what the hospital is for. You fall down, you was in an accident, you hit your head or something. That is what the hospital is for. The hospital is not to treat hardened diabetics and hardened hypertensive people. You're wasting people's time. Yes, you're paying tax, we know. All of us paying tax. But what it is you're going to do? Play the fool, eat strychnine, drink strychnine, and then go and lie down in the hospital where you don't like yourself, wherever you get your take. That's the type of person I am. The old people have a saying, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. You could take a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. So, from tomorrow, please God, start doing something to take better care of yourself. Because let me tell you something. When you're sick, you just know who love you, you know. That same wife and husband that you have who love you, get sick. Because to take care of sick people is not an easy thing. I know people who have gotten sick and followed the people that they used to take care of, their parents. I know people who take care of their parents in old age, and because of all that stress and everything, them dead after. To take care of a sick person is not an easy thing. It is not. You're not sleeping good in the night. You have to clean them. That's not that hard. And then if it's your parent or a loved one, to see them disintegrate and deteriorate like that, that is not mentally, psychologically, emotionally, that's not something you want to experience. It is not. It is not. So stop playing games. And if you're a games person, as I tell you, plenty of people ain't gonna like me. I don't ready business. I ain't looking for no popularity concert. I ain't looking to marry nobody. Right? But you have to understand that you have to take better care of yourself. Good? Let me see. Someone is asking, can someone with a mechanical valve take it? Yeah, people with mechanical valves could use Santulan. You just need to let us know A, B, C, D, E, F, G as it concerns you, and we will guide you accordingly. Okay? Let me see. What causes cramps and what can you use to prevent them? Cramps. Usually people who have problem with cramps sometimes are mistaken as cramps, but are not necessarily cramps, but are indications of poor circulation. So if you always have cramp in your tail, especially in your calves, watch yourself. That's the beginning of cardiovascular problems. Now, the thing is, you have to understand, as an integrative practitioner, one of the things that we do is our objective is to do what? Our objective is to bring you back. We are the maintenance people, you know. People just ask, but Dr. Batson, you are a doctor. So what is your purpose? My purpose, my job is the maintenance man. I is the fixer man. I is the man who have the sand to land, which is the CPAP crew to go down inside of you and deal with all that. Listen to me. Most people eat 3 meals a day, right? Let me put things in perspective for you. So with the cramp situation, Abby, I suggest you look at your water intake. You should be drinking your weight divided by 2 in ounces. That is something that you should be doing. If you're not drinking sufficient amounts of water, I am telling you, you are killing yourself. Like somebody told me the other day, I saw some ridiculous article somewhere, drinking too much water. I was like, somebody really sit down and write that nonsense? Really? Really? You write an article about drinking too much water in a world where people don't drink enough water? Let me tell you something. When you look at blue zones are what? Blue zones are areas in the world where people live to be 100 years. Japan is a blue zone, right? Look at what those people just eat. Look at what they just drink. Look at their lifestyle. You see the Western world? I don't feel sorry for people in the Western world, because the Western world is very greedy. They're licorice. They just eat everything in sight. I remember the first time I went abroad, was one of those, oh gosh, what is it called, boy? Those places, amusement park situation, those type of things. And I saw somebody who was over 500 pounds walking with 2 large drumsticks. If you see the size of the drumstick, one of the drumsticks big like this cup here. You are over 500 pounds and you're not walking with 1 drumstick. You're walking with 2 drumsticks and you look like you have a bag, look like you have more drumsticks. And this is this person walking and eating. They could hardly walk. Why would you do yourself that? What tabanka you get to have you eaten so? That man would have to dead in her case. Because that had to be a tabanka. Now, mental illness is a serious thing. And again, I'm not being condescending, facetious, or rude or disrespectful to mental illness, because there are some people, depending on your mental health, you can eat yourself for comfort, have comfort food and that type of thing. And God forbid, if that is your situation, you need to work on that. I believe in prayer. I tell people at the end of the day, they say prayer is a weapon. Use it. You kneel down and say your prayers, ask God for some kind of self-control. You have to get some kind of self-control to help yourself. Because the thing is, when you reach a stage where you are a weight, and it's some people have some ridiculous weight, God forbid if you fall down, nobody could help you. Who going to mash up the back to move you? Not me. You lie down right there. I am not going to get Nara and drop my budget and all kind of thing because you so heavy to move. No. And the thing is, when you start to go down in age, you need to be careful of the weight that you carry. The majority of people who need knee replacement is people who overweight. You're too big and heavy. So your poor knee, that's like you do a design, you do a blueprint to go and build a house or a building, and you build the foundation. And the foundation was originally for a 2-story building. Would you go during the construction and decide, hey, here what? I feel I want about 6 more stories and go and put 6 stories on that building? You're mad? You can't do that. The building, the foundation is designed for a 2-story building with a specific amount of weight. You cannot go and add 6 more stories on top of that. So you big and heavy and you expect your knee to carry that? And then you're going by some foolish doctor who will tell you need to do a knee replacement. Are you out of your mind? You need to lose weight. That's what you need to do. Lose weight. Take down that big belly. Lose the weight. That's what you need to do. So don't come and talk foolishness that no. The next crutch people like to jump on, before I continue like that, let me give you the telephone numbers and locations. We are located on the 1st floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. That telephone number, you can call 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314, that is 314-9975. So you cannot do that. You cannot do that. When last you take a detox, you know yourself. It has some people, listen to me, one of the best things in life is honesty. You must be honest with yourself. Don't be dishonest with yourself. You can be dishonest with other people, but be honest with yourself. You know yourself. The next people ice cream. What all you feel have ice cream in ice cream so that all you need to be eating ice cream all the time? I had a client who come to me, if you see problem, trouble, I say, Miss Lady, this set of ice cream that you're eating, with this set of dairy and milk and preservatives, you are killing yourself. All you need to exercise a little bit of moderation, a little bit of discretion. If you know you want a little ice cream, nobody is saying no. You have a little birthday party, you have a little anniversary, you and your hubby going out, you know, you want to nice up the thing, you want to take a little drink and something, so later when you go, you can handle your scene. Nobody is saying no. But oh God, you go drink out the whole bar, and you know you have diabetes, then in the morning your sugar is 700 and something, that an ambulance had to be coming to take you up. Come on, man. Come on, man. We're doing me. Remember, you are what you eat. Don't let nobody fool you. People just talk about, I don't believe in supplements. I don't believe in supplements. I don't believe in taking vitamins. Are you a fool? I am going to be free. I tell you, I'm very blunt. You like it or you don't like it. You don't bother me. I am not going to butter and paint up things for you, no nice. I don't have time for that foolishness. The thing is, you want to live. I don't know anybody in the right mind, especially God, if he is a hard worker and God bless you with a little bit of finance, you want to be able to live to enjoy the money that you work hard for. You could imagine you want to go on a cruise. How much people ever went on a cruise? You could imagine you want to go on a cruise and you on this little scooter thing and you riding around it. What is that? I see people on cruise, they're big. If you see them, you're big and fat. You are overweight. That is visceral fat. You know what visceral fat is? Listen to me. Take some time off tomorrow when I get some time. Because that people feel Batson is a madman. But believe me, I'm quite sane. Well, I mean a little mad, but the majority sane. Because you got to be a little mad to survive in this world. Right? And you go and check what visceral fat is. V-I-S-C-E-R-A-L. Visceral fat. And you do research on visceral fat and all you go tell me something. Or you come in and run to get a Santulan. Because Santulan does help with weight loss, you know. And watch me. We have a next set of weight loss products that we are part of our company and our organization. Let me say a pleasant good evening to Mr. Kishon Vane. We have some work to do. So it have things out there to help you. But you have to be willing to help yourself. It have people feel diabetes, they could take on diabetes. I am telling you, I have 15 years experience. You know why it is I became a doctor? You know why it is I became an integrated practitioner? My great-grandmother, Miss Octavia Batson, raised me. So that's why I like a little old man. I grew up with old people. So I have I come from proper discipline. When I went to school and I walk in, I used to have to tell everybody on the route that I go into school, good morning. Every single house on both sides of the road, I had to tell good morning and good evening when I was coming from school. So I get proper discipline and foundation, not what these set of children have here now, where they're wild like goody and animal because they don't train them. They don't even have a little religious instruction in the school. Right? So I get proper upbringing. And let me tell you something. My great-grandmother, she died when I was 16 years. She lived to be 80, I think it was 84. And you know what she died from? Diabetes. She died when I was 16 years. And from the time I knew my grandmother to the time she died, she had a diabetic ulcer, which they used to call a sore foot. But as much as I loved her, I am going to be practical and I'm going to be fair. My great-grandmother didn't used to eat properly. But when I was younger, I didn't know that. And I decided I said, listen to me. You see me? I'm going to do medicine. I love biology. I love the human body. The human body is an amazing thing. So I said, listen to me. I'm going to become an integrative doctor. I wanted to do Western medicine. I said, no, this is not for me. Not everything is for everybody. And I could admit that. Because I understand what food is. And I understand what it is to live. But I also understand what it is to be sick because I have you know how much sick people I deal with in my life? If I didn't know about proper grounding and dealing with chakras and balancing my energy and things, I might have committed suicide or something or kill myself. Because when you're dealing with sickness, sickness is not of God. You hear what I'm saying? Sickness is not of God. Right? Nobody likes to be sick. Your health is your wealth. And if you have diabetes, stop playing the fool. It's not fool I want to say. No, I can't say what I want to say on the live. Stop playing the fool because a lot of you always play the fool, especially men out there. You can imagine you have diabetes and as a man, you can't get a proper erection. What's going to go on with your marriage? When you start to get horn now, I'm not advocating horning, but it means you cannot satisfy your wife. One of the main issues with diabetics, men, is because you have problem with erection, you have problem with circulation, you have problems with your eyes, you have problems with your kidney, you have problems with microcirculation. How you feeling? You ready to gears up, music playing, wine in the room, that kind of thing, and you can't, no. Where's that? Females with diabetes, one of the major issues you're going to end up with is vaginal dryness, and you're going to also have problem with a lot of infection. You're always going to have urinary tract infection. So what are you doing? You just existing? You playing games? Carolyn Greenwich says, yes, the live is great. I love how Doc plain and blunt, no buttering up nothing for nobody. Yeah, I don't have time for that. I always tell you, you come into our clinic, you're coming for results. If you think you come to play and don't come in my place to waste time, I'm not going through that. Plain talk, bad manners. I'm telling you. The type of results, we help people. I have clients who came, who couldn't get pregnant. Not much God trying I could have. My sister-in-law is one of them. And she give me testimony and will give me testimony any day. My nieces, is two of them. One is, I think, 9 or 10, and the next one is about 6 years. And she had a real problem. She couldn't make children. There's a young lady I dealt with in Tobago in her 40s. The doctors tell her she will never have children. Boom. I stay for that child. That child is my goddaughter. There's a young lady who came to me listen to me, that people who came to us for pregnancy and they didn't even come back. They make the child and they're gone. You know when we hear? 10 years after, 5 years after. But the most important thing, they got the results that they came there for. So if you have polycystic ovaries, fibroids, ovarian cysts, do not play with that. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Where there is smoke, there is fire. You know how much men now cannot have proper erection? Some of these women and them going out of their mind. They don't know where it is to get a good jam. Why? Erectile dysfunction. Clean your blood. In order for you to get a proper erection as a man, what causes you to get a proper erection? Blood. Is blood. If you don't have blood in there, you flop. So clean your blood. So check out your Santulan, that 7-channel detox that cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Check out the Alkagen water. People just want to be cheap with their health. Don't be cheap with your health. But it's not to pay you money to bring anything inside of the country. We feel like getting it on the road. And you have to understand that when you get a protocol is just that, a protocol. You want a definition of what the word protocol means? I don't have a dictionary in front of me, but off the top of my head, a protocol is going to be some level, some guidance as regards to nutritional, supplemental, whatever the case may be. A protocol. And you have to follow through on it. Yes, you have to work hard, but I never see the barrier walk yet. I never see the barrier walk. Never barrier walk. And the thing is, men who have problems with the erection and who have diabetes, there's be very insecure men. If your wife talking to the neighbor over the fence there, you know they must be talking about okra or talking about the garden or the wall or something, and you figure it's because she want to go and jump the wall and jam with the neighbor because you're not performing properly. That is not she fault. Your insecurity is not her fault. Your insecurity is your fault because you're not in an accident. You ain't crash nowhere and break nothing and damage nothing that you can have an erection. You's a young man. So what going on with you? But when last you clean your vessels, 7 channels of elimination. When last you went by the mechanic and sort yourself out. Batson and Associates is the mechanic for people, you know. Yeah. You just change filter. They just change oil. When last you change your oil? Men, when last you take a little clean out prostate cancer? Why you think prostate cancer killing Caribbean men? Because they figure when you go to a urologist, the urologist has to do a digital test where you take your finger and insert it into your rectum. People don't do them tests again. You have ultrasounds, you have scans, you have PSA, you have prostate ultrasound and those type of things. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Why it is you lying down and dying? It has some people that hide sickness, you know. They don't want nobody. I don't want nobody know I'm sick. I don't want nobody know I'm sick. And you shame. Open your mouth and say go and talk your business. But if you tell somebody some way will hear you sick and say, go and get a pack of Santulan. Go and check Batson and them. Go and get a nerve restore. Go and get a woman's formula. Go and get a digestive restore. Go and get a digestive balance. Listen to me. It's a thing for thing. I tell all you so. Keep in mind, we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Ltd on Facebook, and on TikTok, we are Batson and Associates. On YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Miss Dawn Ellis, she said, Dr. Batson, I love the way you approach health and how people should be addressing their health. No, you are not a madman, but you tell people exactly what they need to hear. Too many times, people do not take things seriously. I totally agree with you, especially this generation we have here. They don't take things seriously. Everything is a joke. Everything is a laugh. No. When you get a stroke, and let me tell you something. People just talk about price. You know how much for a triple bypass? You know when you get a stroke, you know how much for a physiotherapist? If a physiotherapist have to come in your house, you're spending nothing under $300. It could go as much as $700 to $800 for one physiotherapy session an hour. So why put yourself through that when you could be proactive as opposed to being reactive? Check out the Santulan. There's a test that we do, which is a complete executive package. You get the live blood analysis. You get the dry blood analysis. What is known as dark field microscopy. Tobago, Batson Associates, we are open all the time in Tobago. We have Latoya there in that office. The consultants and myself will be in Tobago sometime next week, please God. You can call the Tobago office. Let me get that number for you. Let me put it up here for you. Yeah, look at the Tobago number there. Tobago is 312-4248. So Tobago is 312-4248. Look, I put it there on the Facebook. Tobago office is 312-4248. Call, make your appointment for next week, please God. And check yourself before you wreck yourself. You have glaucoma? We're dealing with that. You have cataract? We're dealing with that. The only people we cannot help is dead. The dead can come. I am not one of those funeral homes and them. And harden. You see, if you're hardened and you don't listen, don't even waste your time and come by Batson. I'm telling you. I don't buff nobody, you know. Let's see again, all a little rough here. When you come in my office, it's a different thing unless you're on real strippiness. Right? But we have helped so many persons. Ladies, if you have a painful menstrual cycle, mind your business. There's a product we normally carry called Uterine Plus. I don't believe we have any in stock right now. We should be getting by next week, week after. There's a product we also carry called Women's Formula. Great product. That Women's Formula is designed to balance your endocrine system. All these ladies with premenopause and menopause, your hot flashes, you're feeling like you're going mad. When you see you start to take sleeping tablet and you get dependent on sleeping tablet, I don't want to be inside of your body, you know. Because the manner of nonsense and the disruption and the anarchy and all kind of foolishness will take place in your brain, you will wish to dead. That's why people just want to commit suicide, you know. People don't kill themselves just like that, you know. Most people. And women with hormonal disruption is a lot of issues. Miss Rhoda Herrera says, good night, Dr. Batson and everyone. Doctor, should women under 30 check for colon cancer, even though there are no symptoms. I heard it is a silent killer. Most people don't know they have it until. Yeah, I totally agree. The thing is, colonoscopies, you need to be a little careful with, because colonoscopy is not something that you want to be doing all the time. But there are things that you can do to check your gastrointestinal system. There are things that you could do. And cancer is something I spoke about and I always speak about. I feel sorry for cancer patients. I really feel sorry for them, because I think they are not learned people. I think they panic more than anything else when they get cancer, and then they have access to so much information. There's all this information coming at you. A lot of the times they don't know how to respond. But cancer is a disease of the immune system. If you have a well-functioning immune system, you cannot, will not, and shall not ever get cancer. And there is nobody could speak against that as regards to that. Why you think most cancer research now is about the immunotherapy of cancer? Whether it's breast cancer, prostate cancer, cleansing and detoxifying. Why you think our parents, years ago, that same Octavia Batson, we used to get cleansed. We used to get 9 days of aloes. We used to get burn bread in water and all those type of things. The cleansing thing just changed now because we understand certain things. And that is why Santulan is one of the #1 products that we carry, because it cleanse and detoxify kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. You need to check yourself. Your body speaks to you. Are you listening? What is your body telling you when you have glaucoma? You know what your body telling you? You are dehydrated. 1. 2, you have severe inflammatory response in your cerebral hemisphere. Sinusitis. Why do you think people suffer from sinus? You know you have sinus by eating dairy. You're stupid. You have no sense. You're hardened. Why would you do that? Dairy encourages what? Mucus. So you are asthmatic and you eating ice cream left, right, and center. Well, take asthma attack in your waist, because that way you'll get. Your body has rules, and if you do not follow those rules, you are going to end up in problems. Good. Ms. Chandra Sankar said, Dr. Batson, our family members got sick, went to the doctor and was told to get an ultrasound. The result was that he got a cyst in his kidney, and the person drinks every day. Yeah, well, of course, you're going to have all kind of things. Cysts are very easy to use. Yeah. When you have cysts on kidneys is not a hard thing to do. If you know somebody who pre-dialysis and the doctor only threatening you for dialysis, and you are stage 4, stage 5 person, you call Batson and Associates fast. We had person stuff, and I'm sure this is documentation with medical report. I'm not even talking on the top of my head. I had people who came to me with glomerular filtration rates in stage 5 kidney, and we worked with them 6 months, a year, and brought them up to stage 3. You know, the nephrologist stopped telling them about dialysis. So it have things to help you. And listen to me, the kidney is one of the hardest organs in the body to correct. So get your information, check yourself. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. We are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Ltd on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates, no, on YouTube, sorry, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. And on TikTok, we are Batson and Associates. Those telephone numbers, again, if you have any information regarding your health, inbox us or call or WhatsApp the telephone number 314-9975. Again, that's 314-9975. Those of you in Tobago, consultants and myself would be in Tobago next week at any given point in time. To get that information, you can call the Tobago office. That Tobago number again is 312. That's 312-4248. Again, that's 312-4248. You can also WhatsApp us on 314-9975. That is 314-9975. Area code, of course, would be 868 if you're calling from outside of Trinidad and Tobago. We do online consultations. We do Zoom. We do WhatsApp as well. And, of course, we are in the process of ensuring that we are able to actually ship different products to you. The good thing about it, we have a lot of experience. Experience is the greatest teacher. It is not the best, but it is the greatest teacher. Allow us to help you. Help yourself. And put aside something to help. We spend money on cars. There's an economic consequence to everything. You know, this shirt I have on, these glasses I wear. I don't go by the barber just now. I take a little mark. I don't go, well, don't talk about my hair because my hair just grow. I will go and do my hair today, and by the next 3 days, it looking like it no one doing. So there's an economic consequence to everything. I had to go by the loctician. Watch out that. You have to spend a little money to take care of yourself. We pay mortgages on houses. We pay loans on cars that look better than us. I see people driving some vehicle. That vehicle should vomit you out. First, you look terrible. The vehicle look better than you. You taking better care of the car you're driving. I tell you, some people, nice if you see the vehicle. I'm glad for you. You work hard. You're driving a nice little X something, a little BMW or something like that. But when you come out of the vehicle, you can't even move. You're big and rocking and rolling. That is an embarrassment. You will dead and leave that ride for somebody else to drive it. Take care of yourself. Some people don't like the message. You could don't like the message, you know. But understand the message. Check Batson and Associates out. Your blood analysis, regardless what your health issue is, you have to do that blood analysis, dry blood, live blood, the magnetic resonance analysis, which is a frequency piece of equipment that we use, weak magnetic waves through the body. It's non-invasive, and help you to help yourself. You have diabetes, the Integrative Diabetic Center that we have. Give us a visit. Give us a call. Come and get an appointment. Wednesday coming here in Shogunas, we have walk-in appointments. In fact, you can get your walk-in appointment in Shogunas for this whole week. We normally have walk-in appointments. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Call the office, message the office, find out how much is the consultation, find out how much is the blood analysis, the magnetic resonance analysis, that executive package, which is really the better package because we do everything, we look at you, we check everything. And then most importantly, if you have other blood tests, so if you have CT scans, I don't need the CD, we don't need the CD, we need a report. So if you have CT scans, MRIs, blood tests, whether it's CBC, your kidney profile, your ESR, whatever the test is, bring it when you come in. And let's not waste time and help you get better. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. Remember, regardless of whatever health issue you have, there is a solution out there. You have to be willing to do the work and do something for yourself from tomorrow, please God, or from tonight to start to take better care of yourself. Deep breathing. Deep breathing ain't costing you nothing. It ain't costing you nothing to start to do some deep breathing. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the night. You sit down, comfortable position. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Start to do something on a daily basis to give you a better quality of life. This country have too much of sick people. Trinidad and Tobago, we rotting. It's prostate cancer, it's breast cancer. Everybody know cancer. You think you get cancer just so? When last you take a detox? How much water you're drinking? Check out the Santulan, that 7-channel detox that cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Check out the Alkagen water. Ladies with hormonal imbalance problems, if you can't sleep, check out your Nerve Restore. Check out the Women's Formula. We have thing for thing. So with that being said, as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. May Almighty God bless you and your family. Do your deep breathing before you go and sleep tonight, and early in the morning do it. If you had to get a good pair of shoes, and start to walk around the house or around the yard, do it. But do something to give you a healthier life. Too much people falling down and dying. I don't know if you want to live to see your children get big or your grandchildren, whatever the case may be. But you don't want to suffer. You don't want to end up on a dialysis machine. People just die on that, you know. They just exist. And you don't want nobody taking out any organs from your body. Almighty God know why he give you a gallbladder, a kidney, a liver. So take care of the body that you have. Check out Batson Associates. Check out our Facebook page. We are Batson Associates Ltd on Facebook. On YouTube, we are Batson Associates Trinidad. On TikTok, we are Batson and Associates. Those telephone numbers again and locations. Remember, we operate a walk-in clinic. Keep in mind, if you're coming to do that executive consultation with the live blood analysis, the dark field microscopy, you must fast for 2 hours. Okay? But we do take walk-ins. You could check out that walk-in clinic in Chaguanas every day of the week. Especially on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. Okay, guys? Those telephone numbers again, 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And you can WhatsApp us, even if it's an international, 868-314-9975. May God continue to bless you. Take care of yourself. And I'm out. Bye. Take care.